let's do this difficult kind of reading, as I can make out from the title of this reading passage, brain activating. Brain activating means that reading may be, yes, neuro word is there, brain kind of thing will be there. So definitely this will be a difficult reading. Wherever we will stuck with one question, definitely I'm going to leave that question for saving my time in actual exam practice. Okay, so always do practice by setting your time in your phone. That is, let's say this is reading passage 3, because we can say that this is difficult kind of reading, so 22 minutes you can set it for this kind of reading. Of course, out of 13 or 14 question, two questions definitely will be difficult, definitely will be difficult questions. We can leave those questions. Okay, or we can guess out. We will not leave any question, we can guess out in answer sheet. Okay, let's start this reading. I will not be reading anything in this reading passage. Initially I will look at the question. First is true false not given, second is which paragraph contains the following information, and then fill in the blanks. I can see three types of question. Definitely I would start my reading from true false not given, because this is first type of question. And definitely uh, when we will be doing this second type of question, that is which paragraph contains the following information, then it will be easier for us to get the location of these questions. Okay, so while reading after reading question statements, while going through paragraphs, make sure you have to underline or circle the important things in the paragraph, so that for second and third type of question it will be easier for us to get locations easily. Okay, so let's read the question number 1, that is true false not given. If you are beginner, true false not given means if the statement agrees with the information, means information here, information will be in the paragraphs, and this is question statement. Okay, if the question statement meaning matches with the information we have found in the paragraph, then it will be true. And some information is contradiction between question statement and information, that is false. And something is missing, some information is missing, means there is no description of that information, that answer we will consider it not given. And one more thing, some if some comparison is there, like more than, less than, and some difficult, you can say 70% of the sentence, the main thing you will get it in the sentence, but some things, some important things, all of the question statement will be missing in the paragraph, then that would be considered as not given. So let's read question statement first. I will try to understand its meaning along with one or two keywords. I will be marking it here. So person name is there, Sherrington's imaginary picture triggered scientist enthusiasm of discovering how the whole set of neurons operates. Okay. So what I have understood from this statement, Sherrington's person imaginary picture triggered means past, triggered some scientist enthusiasm of discovering something relating to neurons. Okay. If imaginary pictures triggered the scientist, means they are eager to know what will happen in neurons and all, then it will be true. And if this person's imaginary picture does not attract other scientists or neuroscientists, then definitely it is going to be false. And if they are not talking Sherrington's imaginary picture and discovery of whole set of neurons, then it will be not given. So Sherrington, I can see this person name. So, but I am looking for his imaginary picture. Picture, definitely this word may be changed, or some other words they may be using. And of course, scientist also we need to find. So Sherrington at the University of laid out what would become a classic description of the brain network. He imagined points of light signaling the activity of nerve cells and their connections during, yes, so he had imagined something that they are saying, but whether this picture triggered other scientists or not, that is the main point here, because other things we have found. During deep sleep, he proposed only a few remote parts of the brain would twinkle. So here he is giving explanation of what he had imagined. But at awakening, it is as if the Milky Way entered some. Okay. So Sherrington reflected. So he is just explaining. Swiftly, the head mass becomes an enchanted loom where millions of flashing shuttles pattern, always a meaningful pattern. Okay, so same Sherrington's imaginary picture or imaginary points in the first paragraph, I can make out that he is explaining his point of view, what he had imagined. So let's go to next paragraph, because scientist word I couldn't get it. Let's analyze second also. I have to move. Okay, next also, although Sherrington probably did not realize it at the time, his poetic metaphor contained an important scientific idea. At that time, he didn't realize that this idea will be important, that of the brain revealing its inner working optically. Okay, understanding how neurons work together to generate ideas. Okay, the most difficult open problems in all of biology, largely because scientist word is there. Generally cannot see the whole neural circuits in action. Okay, the standard approach of probing one or two neurons with reveals only tiny. So I am reading it, but I am not going into too details. Missing to guess the picture. But if one could watch neurons communicate, one might be able to deduce how brain circuits are laid out and how they function. This alluring notion has inspired neuroscientists to attempt to realize Sherrington's voice. So this, from here to here, this is exactly matching with this statement. So discovering how whole set of neuron operates, the operation kind of thing means how neurons operate. Here they are discussing, and at the end they are saying this alluring notion has inspired, means this picture, imaginary picture triggered scientists. So it is clearly given neuroscientists to attempt to realize Sherrington's vision. It means this is true. Second, a jumped up domain. Optogenetic is a pure unexpected accident. A jumped up domain, optogenetic is if it is a pure unexpected accident, then it will be true. Then if something is relating to expected accident, then it will be false. Okay, next paragraph. So in C paragraph, we will try to find this jumped up domain and optogenetic. Okay, optogenetic word is here. Their efforts have given rise to a nascent field called this, which combines genetic engineering with optics to study specific cell types. Already investigation have succeeded in visualizing the function of various groups of neurons. Furthermore, the approach has enabled them to actually control the neurons remotely. These achievements raise the prospect that optogenetic might one day open the brain's. Okay, so here in this paragraph, a jumped up domain. So I couldn't find it, and I don't think so. They can use writer can use paraphrasing or synonyms of jumped up domain. So maybe some definition name is there, but here in C paragraph it is not there. So till now I will mark it not given, because main important thing I couldn't find it in this paragraph. But if some another paragraph, if we can find this word, then definitely we will consider it again. Third, electric tension is one key component to realize the communication between neurons. Okay, electric tension is important word here. Electric word is one component, key component means important component or important part to realize the communication between neurons. Okay, neuron word is here. Electric circuitry, but no, electric tension I'm looking, one component to realize the communication between neurons. Okay, let's read it. Next paragraph. Enchanting this digital computers nervous systems run electricity word is here. Let's move to next paragraph. So here we can see electric tension. We are looking electric tension. Nervous system run on electricity. Okay. Neurons encode information, communication between neurons. Uh, Okay, like digital computers, nervous systems run on electricity. Neurons encode information in electrical signals or action potential. These impulses, which typically involves voltages less than a one-tenth of those signal, induce a nerve that can activate. Okay, voltage changes with changes in color. So here, electric tension is one key component. Like digital computers, nervous systems run on electricity. Neurons encode information. So information, I think they are talking about communication between neurons in electric signals or action potentials. These impulses, which typically involve strength, I think they are saying in an effort to make these electric signals visible, okay, tested a large number of fluorescent dyes. No, they are talking here only. Like digital computers, nervous systems run on electricity, means they are talking about electric tension is one key component to realize the communication between neurons. These impulses, so this line from here to here, tenth of those nerves to realize molecules, neurotransmitter molecules that can activate. So I can understand that this is true because here, from here to here, you can read it thoroughly. From here I can make out that they are telling true. So is the key component. Like digital computers, they have given example with that also, so that is true. The fourth, the variations of voltages. So voltage word, some voltage word is here. See this, the variations of voltages is the sole response that correlation of related coloration, okay, coloration of related neurons could provide when neural discharge takes place. So much big sentence. The variation of voltages is the sole response. If it is the sole response for the coloration of related neuron could provide when neurons discharge takes place, okay. In an effort to, so voltage is here, which typically involve voltages less than tenth of those nerve cell to release molecules, then activate or inhibit connected cells in a circuit. He found that some dyes indeed had voltage sensitive optical properties. By staining neurons with these dyes, Cohen could observe their activity under a microscope. Okay, so voltage changes. So here they are saying variations of voltage. I think we have got location in D paragraph. Let's read it over there. Yes, this must be the location. Voltage changes, variations. Dyes can also reveal neural firing by reacting not to voltage changes but to the flow of specific charge atoms. Okay. So here they are saying something different. Here they were saying in question statement, variations of voltages is the sole response. It is the only response. Okay. But here they are saying uh, dyes can also reveal neural firing by reacting not to voltage changes but to the flow of specific charge atoms or ions also. Means three things are responsible when a neuron generates an action potential membrane. No, I will not read further because in this sentence they have clearly given this is not the sole responsible for the other things also. So this is false. So this we have got it false. Now fifth, the vital defect synthetic dyes possesses the most challenging obstacle for researchers to overcome. The vital important defect synthetic dyes possesses the most is the most challenging obstacle. Okay, to over researchers to overcome. Synthetic dyes. Okay, this synthetic dyes. Here it is. See this. The okay began to synthesize dyes that could indicate shifts in the calcium concentration by changing how brightly these optical reporters have proved extraordinarily valuable, opening new windows on information processing in single neurons and small networks. Synthetic dyes suffers from a various drawback. Okay, yeah, defect, we were looking for defect, so defect is drawback here. However, so we get the location. However, neural tissue is composed of many different cell types. Estimates suggest that brain of a mouse, or for example, houses many thousands of types of neurons plus neuron kinds of support cells. So difficult reading. The vital defect synthetic dyes possesses is the most challenging obstacle for researchers to overcome? Let's move next part also. Yes, so here we were reading most. So here most word is also there. It could be false or it could be maybe not given. So they are comparing the things between other things also. So most challenging. So here they have started with serious drawbacks. However, neural tissue is composed of many different cell types. Estimates suggested brain of this. Okay, we are looking for whether the most challenging obstacle for researchers to overcome or not. So researchers, let's find it. But because synthetic dyes strain all cell types indiscriminately, it is generally impossible to trace the optical signals back to specific types of cells. Now, in another paragraph, they have started talking about something different. So, I will mark it not given because this paragraph I have done. So, let's do next type of question. Now, we have reached up to D number paragraph. All other paragraphs are also left. So, next type of question we have here. So next type of question we have here, which paragraph contains the following information? A sea creature. Wow, that's a good thing. Sea creature. In any paragraph, they will be talking sea creature. Up to A to D, they were not talking any creature, animal kind of thing. In fact, sea related. So wherever they will be talking about sea creature, sea animal, definitely that would be the answer. First attempts to make a great idea come true. Some first attempt means in earlier time some attempts were there to make a great idea. The reason to explain the failure of synthetic dyes. Okay, reason, I think in upper paragraph they were talking about drawbacks kind of thing and some reasons may be there. Okay, failure of synthetic dyes and the reason will be explained. Difficulty in absorbing. Why I am reading all options? Because some paragraphs we have read, and if we are having some advanced ideas when we were reading paragraph, definitely it will be easier to get location to get the answers for this. Difficulty in observing how the whole set of neuron works. So yeah, whole set of neurons, this also we have read, I think. Visuals indicators. Okay, to show how information is handled in and between cells in the brain. Okay, some visual indicators, imaginary visual in B paragraph, I think something they were talking. Okay, so C creature first attempt failure of synthetic difficulty in observing the things. Okay. So let's read E number paragraph first. In fact, we will start from A number paragraph if something is relating to these 5 6 questions. Here writer is explaining how this Mr. Sharrington of this university, he imagined points of light signaling the activities and explained many things about his imaginations. Sea creature is not their first attempt. It is not explained. The reason to explain the failure of synthetic dyes. This is not difficult in absorbing. No visual indicators to show how information is handled in and between cells in the brain. So brain is also not there. Information is also not there. Let's move to B paragraph. So you can read it. So let's read B because already we have read A paragraph and B also. Sharrington probably did not realize at the time his poetic metaphor contained. So of course this we know that he could not realize at that time that would be a great hit. So that is the thing. Inner understanding how neurons work together. See this somewhere neurons kind of whole set of neuron works together. See this. Okay, that of the brain revealing its inner working optically, understanding how neurons work together. See this exact word I have got it for this. To generate thoughts and behavior remains one of the most difficult problems in all biology. Same thing we have got it from ninth number question. So here we will mark it B number. Got it? Same thing, difficulty in observing how whole set of neurons work. Neurons work also we got. Most difficult open problems in all biology they have given. So that's it B. Now let's move to C number paragraph. What C is saying, their efforts have given rise to a nascent field called optogenetic, which combines genetic engineering. This already investigators have succeeded in visualizing the function. Visual indicators, 10th is saying to show how information is handled in and between cells in the brain. Okay, visualizing the functions of various groups of neurons. Here they are talking about brain. Furthermore, the approach has enabled them to actually control neurons remotely simply by toggling. These achievements raise the prospect that optogenetic might one day open the brain's circuit and perhaps even help physicians to treat medical disorders. No sea creature is not there. First and tap to make a great idea. This is also not there. Reason to explain failure of no. Visual indicators to show the brain word is here, but his hand how information is handled in and between the cells in brain. No, something different they are talking. I don't think so. They are talking related with 10th number. So D number paragraph we can read. Enchanting the loom attempts to turn this vision into reality in earnest in 70s. See this. In 70s, as I told you, enchanting the loom attempts to turn Sherrington's vision into reality began in earnest in 1970. What does this mean? So, reality word is here. First attempt to make a great idea come true. Come true here means reality. So, enchanting the loom attempts to turn this person's reality visions into reality began in this. It means no, first attempts to make a great idea come true. We can mark it with D number. Okay. So, which section contains the following information are really important, are really easy to get it. Now, next paragraph D, this we have read. This from here we have got the answer. Now, next paragraph. Huh? This is also D, this is also D. Might be, this might be E number paragraph. That is okay. So, this is F. It means this must be H. Okay. So this is the thing. Okay, let's read D and this is E. Let's read E paragraph also. Dyes can also reveal neural firing by reacting not to voltage changes but to the flow of specific this and this. When a neuron generates an action potential, membrane channels open and admit calcium. So anything is matching. C creature we are looking this we had the reason to explain the failure of synthetic dyes. The visual indicators. Okay. Uh, this calcium influx stimulates the reason of this, the release of this, sorry, begin to synthesize diet that could indicate shift in calcium concentration by changing how brightly these optical reporters have proved extraordinary valuable, opening new windows on information processing in single neurons and small networks. The indicators to show how brain is handled in information in the shifts in calcium concentration by changing how these opticals. Okay, I will leave this. I am not getting anything here. Processing in word is here actually. Processing in hand visual indicators to show how information is handled in between the cells in the brain. These proved extremely valuable, opening new windows on information. Information is also there in single neurons and small network. Neurons is also brain. Neurons is also related to brain only. So till now I will mark it E, but definitely I have doubt on this. Okay. So with these words I have got some like clues that they are talking, they must be talking about these lines in 10th. So let's move to F number paragraph. So F paragraph I have shifted now. So what we have left? C creature we are looking. 7th is also gone. The reason to explain failure of synthetic dyes. And E 10th also, 9th also. Only two we have left. 6th and 8th. Okay. And 10th also we can reconsider. Synthetic dyes suffer from a various drawback. Failure of synthetic dyes. So of course in this paragraph they may be talking about failure only. Neural tissue is composed of many different cell types. Estimates suggest that the brain of a mouse. So that definitely they are going to talk about these drawbacks, reasons and all. So I can suggest yeah, eighth number with F number paragraph. So we have left two paragraphs and option is sea creature we are looking. Sixth number. Let's find sea creature. Animal name could something like that. That makes okay. Sea creature I am looking. Fire components of this. Something different they are talking. Animal word is here. Switch die were engineered animal. The animal would okay. Animal is there but sea creature I am looking. Sea related, water related something we should nothing is there in G number paragraph. And the first demonstration I am looking for animal, any sea creature. Yeah, jellyfish is there. Jellyfish is sea creature producing light triggered by certain genes. So-called green gene is also there. Gene word is also there. See this gene word is also there. Jellyfish is also there. Jellyfish means sea creature. So without thinking, we will just mark it H number.